equation of line 1 is given. And for part A, we just need to find the gradient of line 1. So whenever this is, we call it as general form of your equation of line. And if I need to find the slope or a gradient of line 1, so we need to convert this one in the slope intercept form, which would look something like y equals to mx plus c. So which means I just need to make y the subject here in order to get the gradient of this line. So if I want to make y the subject, so first of all, I'll take this 2x to the other side. So that's going to be 5y is equals to minus 2x minus 4. And then if I take this 5 to the other side, so that 5 can be getting divided by both. So it's going to be minus 2 over 5x, then minus 4 over 5. So now this is exactly in the slope intercept form. So, and when I compare it, in place of m, we have this minus 2 over 5. So that is why we can say the gradient of line 1 has to be minus 2 over 5. Now they are saying line 2 is perpendicular to line 1 and write down the gradient of line 2. So that means, suppose if I have the line 1 like this and line 2 is exactly perpendicular. So something like this. And if this is my line 1 and this is my line 2. So in that case, suppose if I take the gradient of line 1 to be m1 and the gradient of line 2 to be m2. So whenever we have the two perpendicular lines, the product of their gradients would be always equals to -1. So this is what is the relationship that we should be aware of in order to get the answer for part B. And we know the gradient of line 1, so which we just found it in part A, which is nothing but minus 2 over 5 is equal in times m2 is the gradient of line 2 equals to -1. So then when this 5 goes to the other side, so this is going to be minus 2 times m2 is equals to minus 1 times 5, which is minus 5. Then m2 would be equals to minus 5 over minus 2, which is nothing but the gradient of line 2 is 5 over 2. So this is the right answer for part B. So which is 5 over 2. So now if I talk about part C, they have given the point 5, 3 lies on line 2. So that means whenever I have a point, we have a point, let's say 5, 3, and also we know the gradient of line 2. So the gradient of line 2 is 5 over 3. So whenever we know the 5 over 2, sorry, whenever we know the point and a gradient, and if we need to find the equation of line, we can always use point slope form, so that which would look something like y minus y1 is equals to m times x minus x1. Here, this point would be your x1 comma y1. And when I substitute these information here, so it's going to be y minus 3 is equals to 5 over 2 times x minus 5. And when I simplify this further, so 2 goes to the other side, it will get multiplied to both y and 3. And this 5 will multiply on the right hand side as 5 times x as well as 5 times minus 5. So when 2 goes to the other side, so it would be 2y minus 6. I'm trying to convert this in the general form. And when you multiply 5 inside, so it's going to be 5x minus 25. Now I'm going to take this 25 to the left hand side and 2y to the right hand side. So that's going to give us the final answer to be 5x minus 2y is equals to minus 6 plus 25. I'm just writing it on the other way around. So in that case, the final answer would be equation of line 2 has to be 5x minus 2y equals to minus 6 plus 25 is 19. So this is what is the equation of line 2. So now we are talking about line 1 and line 2 intersect at point P. So let us consider this is my intersection point, point P. Using your GDC, which is graphic display calculator, or otherwise find the coordinate of P. So otherwise, in a sense, we need to do it manually, but let me show you how do we solve this using the calculator. So this is TR Inspire calculator. So here we can also do it on the graph by drawing both the graphs and finding a point of intersection. Or we also have this option to solve a linear equations here. So in order to solve a linear equation, you just need to go to menu, algebra, then solve system of linear equations. And we are talking about number of equations is 2. So there is like equation for line 1 and equation for line 2. So just 2, and the variables are x and y itself. So I'm going to click on OK. So here in the first box, we can write the first equation. So that's going to be 2x plus 5y equals to -4. And in the second box here, we can draw the second equation. So that's going to be 5x minus 2y equals to 19. And when you click on the enter, so we will get the final answer. The point of intersection is going to be 3 comma minus 2. So that is the right answer for this sum.